Broadcasters strive each day to serve their local communities. Broadcasting is broadcasters, men and women uniquely tied to the people they serve. Men and women who are committed not only to innovation, but to serving the public interest. The pioneers of broadcasting believed that radio and television could be used for the greater good, to inform, entertain, and help people understand what happens beyond the boundaries of their own lives. Throughout all the great moments in history, both tragic and joyful, local broadcasters have been there to capture them. We're here to be the public's eyes and ears, to lead them out of danger in times of crisis, to share profound moments, and to connect our family, our friends, and our neighbors. We're here to be the voices against oppression, and we're here to be the megaphones for freedom and democracy. We're always here for our communities, anywhere they are, and always available for free. That is the public good we provide, and that is our mission. And that's what's at the heart of what we do every day. Our content, our connection to local communities, and our special efficiency, frankly, make us the envy of others. We're a competitive threat. I'm not sure Washington always views us this way, however. On the one hand, government treats us as if we're dinosaurs, and it does what it can to encourage television stations to go out of business. On the other hand, the FCC says we're so important and so powerful that two television stations can't share advertising in the same market, while it's okay for multiple cable, satellite, and telecommunications to do the very same thing. So which is it? Too powerful or irrelevant? It can't be both. For example, from a public safety perspective, what can enhance the role broadcasters play? Because of the strength of our architecture and the power of our airwaves, local stations are often the only available communications medium during disaster situations. As former FCC Chairman Mark Fowler noted in a recent op-ed in the Wall Street Journal, quote, "Broadcasting kept more than 8 million people safe and informed during Hurricane Sandy. Broadband can't do that." A national broadcast plan would capitalize on broadcasting's one-to-many architecture that transmits one signal to many receivers. Its service area spanning hundreds of square miles. Now, this inquiry I'm suggesting is critical because wireless broadband chugs along and buffers and crawls, especially when it comes to video. If consumers want access to large live events, broadcasting must be part of the solution. And if the Commission is really serious about competition, it will study how broadcasting can be a competitive check on cable and wireless industries. In its national broadcast plan, the FCC should also refocus itself on some of the primary goals of the Communications Act. Without broadcasting, who will carry out the public's interest mandates of diversity and localism, to say nothing of children's programming, political events, and observing decency standards of local communities? We also cannot afford to risk disenfranchising those in society who rely most, if not exclusively, on broadcast TV and radio as their primary source of local news, emergency updates, sports, and entertainment. Our government leaders, at least as I hear it, have placed a high priority on giving a voice to those whose voices often go unheard. Those people who live in rural communities, in low-income areas, many in our minority communities, and seniors, and increasingly young techies. Ironically, these are the very people who would be harmed the most by a spectrum incentive auction that is not carried out judiciously. It seems the FCC is at odds with the very constituencies that the White House values the most. Through aggressive advocacy in Washington, I promise you this: NAB will remain committed to ensuring broadcasters' long legacy of serving the American people. Whether it's attempts by big record labels to impose a tax on local radio stations for simply playing music, or pay TV companies' attempts to get out of fairly compensating broadcasters for the most highly viewed content they resell, you can be sure we will not let down our guard. The enduring value of broadcasting remains. It is the ultimate survivor. So I guess that brings up the question, what is Univision's business strategy for keeping pace with the growth of U.S. Hispanics?
Well, just to be accurate, there are areas in Los Angeles, DMAs, where Hispanics are 96%.
96?
96%, yes.
So 56%
and we like that,
low.
you know, it's okay with us. We were, the company was 3 services when we bought it, right?
Yeah.
We are now 16 services, wow, including cable, online, and obviously broadcasting. We've significantly invested in content, in infrastructure, and in technology. And I believe that Univision is very well prepared and set for the next level, which is basically being able to offer our content everywhere, every day, and
every device.
And every device, absolutely.
And you've mentioned retransmission consent, going from must carry to retransmission consent. I assume you think that that's a pretty important thing for us to preserve for broadcasting's future, retrans.
Well, yeah, I don't know a business where the cost of goods is 0. I mean, so you know what the FCC stands for?
What?
Friendly Cable Commission.
Friendly.
So
I thought it was Federal Communications, but
I'm sorry?
I thought it was Federal Communications, but you've added a whole new color to that.
It's got nothing to do with communication. But so I don't understand even what the argument is, saying, give me your content, I'm gonna sell it to somebody, I'm gonna get paid for it, but I'm not gonna pay you. Great business concept.
Right.
It doesn't work.